Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. My Serb friends, what's going to happen to you when the Americans are going to attack Republika Srpska? Well, that's in Bosnia-Herzegovina. It seems like you just want to be left alone, but they don't want to leave you alone. They want to keep you in something you don't want to be part of. It seems like you don't like diversity to me. And I don't blame you. So what do we have here? We have here an article that we're going to discuss, where we have the separatist Bosnian Serb leader Milorad Dodik creates problems, and the Americans told him, if you dare to do something in Bosnia-Herzegovina, we're gonna you up. I think they really mean that. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maps and some Wikipedia to give you some understanding of what's going on over there. So let's start with the article, which comes from Associated Press. Separatist Bosnian Serb leader Milorad Dodik vows to tear his country apart despite US warnings. Let's unpack this garbage. First, if he wants to tear a country, that means it's not his country. He wants probably to separate and create or take the Serbs from Bosnia-Herzegovina into Serbia. Therefore, he's not his country. But politically, it is, and legally. Despite US warnings, or I would call it threats. But hey, that's me. This is this courageous guy that some people he might think that he is, crazy. But he knows that he's got a bullseye on his back or on his forehead. I guarantee you that, because that's the way the Americans are negotiating. In the past 30 years at least, they told us threats, blackmail, regime change, and invasion. So if you want to look at Libya, that's a good start. Remember, and if you think that's wrong, or I'm saying something that's not true, I suggest you watch that video with Hillary Clinton when live during she's having an interview with some garbage media. She's informed that Gaddafi was killed like a dog, and her reactions, laughing like a fanatic, exactly like that. You don't have to go, just we saw, he's dead. Like a rat. So like a witch. So that's the way she did. Just watch it. It's very enlightening. We saw, and he's dead. That's what she said. So she understands that he was dead because as a consequence of we going over there. Garbage. So yeah, Mr. Dodik, be careful, my friend. All right, Bosnia-Herzegovina. The Bosnian Serbs separatist leader vowed to carry on weakening his war-scattered country to the point where it will tear apart, despite a pledge by the United States to prevent such an outcome. Question. Bosnia-Herzegovina is an independent sovereign country. United States of America is an independent sovereign country. So what do you mean United States of America pledges to prevent whatever happens in this sovereign independent country? So that is, let's say something happens in the United States of America, which I definitely predict it will happen. That does mean that Chinese can get in, or the Mexicans, or the strong Canadians, to prevent whatever happens inside our country, our house. You see, that's why these guys don't have credibility. And I'm quoting Milorad Dodik. I am not irrational. I know that America's response will be to use force. That's bad, don't you think? But I have no reason to be frightened by that into sacrificing Serb national interests. See, he knows that those guys are violent. Milorad Dodik, the president of Bosnia's Serb-run part, told the Associated Press in an interview Friday, Bosnian-Serbs run part, I will show you where that is. We're going to start from far away. All right, so here is the map of Europe with countries. You're going to focus on the Balkans right here. All right, this is where things are. By the Adriatic Sea, where you have Bosnia-Herzegovina, Serbia, Montenegro, you have Croatia, and Slovenia, and so on. But we're going to go to this one next right here. So we have Bosnia-Herzegovina, this light green, or whatever it is. It is surrounded by Croatia. Here is Montenegro, and all that, Albania, and Serbia, okay? And we're gonna go to see Bosnia-Herzegovina, another clearer map, more, I mean, this is like a toy, but it was good because colors give a good understanding of who's who, what's what, compared with this one with rivers and towns. So Bosnia-Herzegovina, they have one place here where they have access to the Adriatic Sea. So that means Croatia can screw them whenever they want, right here, and it's over. Let's move on. Now we have the Bosnia-Herzegovina with certain kind of areas controlled by Croat Muslim Federation, Bosnian and Herzegovina Serbs Republic, that's Republika Srpska, and so on. Now let's see where another one here, Republic of Serbia. So this is another map. We got the map that really we're interested in is like this. So you got Republika Srpska here, we got Republika Srpska here, and I don't know exactly what that thing is over there, but probably if I go back here, I can figure things out. That's something that breaks them in two. That's what it is. That's what I can tell. That tells me they don't want them to have any continuity. I don't know exactly what it is, my friends. And I'm not going to look into it right now. The issue is these are two enclaves in Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina. So that's 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. And remember how Yugoslavia was formed, brought together, created as a country of many nationalities and religions. And they thought diversity is our strength. But they didn't want that. None of them. They all want to break. Croatians want to go their way, Slovenians that way, Serbs their way, and so on. And now they still lumped these guys together again as Yugoslavia. So this is a mini Yugoslavia, and they expect them to have fun. These guys don't want to understand that history plays a very strong role in people's identity. That's why they change history and they teach you garbage history. They want you to hate yourselves. So that's why these guys can't forget, and they know who's who, what's what. Hey, that territory was mine. No, the other one was mine. Now, what is Republika Srpska? We have this article. Now that we know geography, and we also have it right here, explained beautifully, or at least another map. Again, this thing in between right here. And it's just so they don't have, it doesn't really matter actually, if you look at it. So let's see what these guys are saying. Republika Srpska, Serb Republic, also known as the Republic of Srpska, is one of the 2 entities of Bosnia and Herzegovina, the other being the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina. It is located in the north and east of the country. Its largest city and administrative center is Banja Luka. Oh, beautiful. I saw that. Oh, okay. Beautiful. Lying on the Vrbas River, and with a population of about 138,963 people. Republika Srpska was founded in 1992 at the outset of the Bosnian War with the stated intent to safeguard the interest of the Serbs of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Why do you need to be in Bosnia and Herzegovina if you're Serb? Why don't you just, because diversity again. So let's see some numbers. Let's look at some numbers here, okay? The country is Bosnia and Herzegovina, proclaimed 9 of January 1992. Reorganized city Sarajevo, capital East Sarajevo, and largest city. Official languages Serbian, Bosnian, Croatian. Ethnic groups 82% of this is Serbs, Bosniak 12%, Croats 2%, and others. Legislator area population in 2020 1,136,272. So that is lower than in 2013. That means they're losing population because it's just fun over there. 1,170,000 was in 2013. Now it's 1,100,000. So anyway, it's almost, I think it's as Estonia and the other one, Latvia, around. Not really, but anyway. We got a total GDP per capita 5,637 euros. That's about $6,000, which is more than Ukraine. We know that why. Currency, time zone, they drive on the right side. All right, so anything else here? I'm not going to go into the history, Roman period and all that, because they don't like Middle Ages. Is up for you to read about it. My point is this, and maybe I should go and read more about this gentleman. He said, any attempt to use international intervention to further strengthen Bosnia's shared multi-ethnic institutions will be met by Bosnian-Serb decision to abandon them completely and take the country back to the state of disunity and dysfunction it was in at the end of its brutal inter-ethnic war in 1990s. So if it was an inter-ethnic war, you lump them still together? It's, because Western democracies, the Western, this is such a garbage, yeah, okay, will not be agreeable to that, he added. In the next stage, we will be forced by their reaction to declare full independence. So it's because of you. The Serb-controlled regions of Bosnia. What you got over there? Can we see it? No, we can't identify it. But hey, I'm looking at least. Now they tell us the Bosnian War started in 1992 when Belgrade-backed Bosnian Serbs tried to create an ethnically pure, yeah, that's exactly what I want, a region with the aim of joining neighboring Serbia by killing and expelling the country's Croats and Bosniaks, who are mostly Muslim. More than 100,000 people were killed and upward of 2 million, or over half of the country's population, were driven from their homes before a peace agreement was reached in Dayton, Ohio, late 1995. So we have the agreement divided Bosnia into entities, the Serb-run Republika Srpska and Bosnia-Croat Federation, which were given wide autonomy but remained linked by some shared multi-ethnic institutions. It also instituted the office of the High Representative, an international body charged with shepherding, the implementation of the peace agreement that was given broad powers to impose laws or dismiss officials who undermine the fragile post. So they want to keep them together, and these guys don't really want to be kept together, but it's okay, right? They want to keep them right here. Dodik and Vucic, right? Correct. Bosnian Serb leader with Serbian president. Someone keeps telling me, and I'm going to share this with you, a friend of mine on Facebook, whenever I make a video on Serbia, which I have a soft spot for because they are like this and I like people like that, keeps telling me that, I'm not going to mention his name, he keeps telling me that I think that Vucic actually fights for the Serbs and defends the Serbs against the Europeans, and he said that actually it's the other way around, or he is like a weasel, he's in between, so he's not really where I think he is. I don't have enough information to make a how should I put a certain, yeah, that's the way it is, but as of now he did not allow Brussels to take over, but it doesn't mean that the changes are not mildly going in that direction. So anyway, I had to share this with you because I would hate to see, I know that's the wrong word. I would not like to see, I think for the benefit and for the interest of the Serbs, to be part of the Communist Republic of European Union. Because look how they treat countries who are not following orders. Whenever a country in the European Union, communist, socialist, whatever, republic, don't follow orders, or they don't accept the blackmail, I give you the money, you change your culture, or whatever we tell you to, your traditions, because we are somehow enlightened and you're not, they will start sanctioning. So yeah, they will eat a little bit better, if that's what matters, but they will be not independent. They will be, I would claim, in a cage. So you're going to be a well-fed slave. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but... So here it is. Dodik appeared unperturbed Friday by the statement posted a day earlier on X, formerly known as Twitter, by James O'Brien, the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for Europe and Eurasian Affairs, that Washington will act. Washington will act. That means will attack if anyone tries to change the basic element of 1995 peace agreement for Bosnia. Can they use the UN Charter of Self-Determination, people's right of self-determination, and fuck these guys off? Can they do that? And if not, why? Oh, because of the muscles? Got it. And I'm quoting, among Serbs, one thing is clear and definitely, and that is a growing realization that the years and decades ahead of us are the years and decades of Serb national unification. Well, if these guys tell you they want that way, why don't you let them go? It's like a divorce. You don't, and you got another guy who's keeping you married. What's going on here? I mean, you want them to be voluntarily together, or you want to keep them together? If you want to keep them together, that's wrong, obviously. If voluntarily they want to vote out, what are you going to do about it? I mean, you create more problems, or you need time to change their mind through propaganda and the mass media and the schools and all that system, the garbage. It seems like they are autonomous to a big degree. And I'm quoting, Brussels is using the promise of EU accession as a tool to unitarize Bosnia, to keep it together, said Dodik, who is a staunchly pro-Russian, adding, and I'm quoting, in principle, our policy still is that we want to join the EU, but we no longer see that as our only alternative. Oy vey, you can't do that. The EU, he said, and I'm quoting, had proven itself capable of working against its own interest, with its sanctions, for instance, by siding with Washington against Moscow when Russia launched its ongoing invasion of Ukraine. Dodik, who has been calling for the separation of the Serb entity from the rest of Bosnia for over a decade, has faced British and US sanctions for his policies, but he had Russia's passport, a support passport. Not yet. Maybe he does it. So he faced, you don't do what we tell you to do, we're gonna hurt you. Blackmails right there, and threats. There are widespread fears that Russia is trying to destabilize Bosnia and the rest. Destabilize by what? Oh, it has to be yours? Or a Russian? It's like, can't be independent. So if it's not mine, I'm gonna make it sure it's mine. But if the Russians try to do the same thing, it's a war, correct? It's a war. So who's gonna be hurt? The Serbs and the Bosnians. All right. There are widespread fears that Russia is trying to destabilize, because right now is so much stability over there. It's so much stability that these guys want to break out. And I'm quoting, whether US and Britain like it or not, we will turn the administrative boundary between Bosnia's two entities into our national border, Dodik said. So this is the article, this is Dodik, and I'm surprised that he's still allowed by these guys to walk the surface of the earth still, and they don't, he catches a quick cancer, for instance, lung cancer usually. Why? You gotta learn, my friends. You gotta read. You're gonna read, and when you're gonna read, there's certain ways to, or someone has a mini stroke, they will just get him out of commission, or a little fast heart attack. These are usually, or maybe a very horrible accident, traffic accident. They do these kind of things. I'm surprised, but if it keeps pushing it, these guys are not going to wait to go with forces and destroy it. No, they're going to go to the top, and they're going to use the top as an example. That's how they do. It's much, much efficient. It's much, much cheaper. And you can always say, he had a little stroke, man. Well, if he got cancer, he got cancer. What can you do? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Diversity is our strength, but it seems like the Serbs don't understand that, huh? Maybe they know something these guys don't know. I think that's more like it. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.